Strap yourself in. It's time for Tommy Paradise and DJ with the Run-In podcast.
Hey, what do you say? Happy whatever day you're listening, but you're probably listening on Friday. That's when we get the majority of our listens, or maybe you're listening early on Patreon. My name's Tommy Paradise.
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ. Still getting myself up after traveling for my shoot job all night.
I woke your ass up early for this shit.
But let's do it.
Let's do it. It is the Run-In podcast brought to you by Figure Collections, episode number 152. Some news from Figure Collections. The Greg the Hammer Valentine, Cella, Epic Toys, whatever you want to call them, should be, they will be delivered to Jack on Friday. Effie coming very soon as the retro. You can still grab the British Bulldogs retros. You can still pre-order the Headbangers, the Chelsea Green, major players variant, and her regular one on there. There's some loose Luna Vachons, Gangrel, of course, the bone crushing wrestlers, Blue Meanie, Brian Clark, and their respective variants. I'm telling you guys, if you have not ordered the Brian Clark, aka Adam Bomb, bone crushing wrestler, I told you guys a couple shows back, I got one and I was blown away how good this thing is. So he's actually sending me one loose too for doing some work for him. But yeah, make sure you check out Figure Collections, shop.figurecollections.com. Use the code RUN10. Save yourself 10% at checkout on any of those. So yeah, DJ, rough night getting back from the shoot job.
That's it. Like traveling almost the length of the state to go, go to the Bay Area and back to LA. So
how long does that drive? Like 6 hours, 8 hours?
About 5.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's like driving from here to like Maryland. It's not terrible.
I like it. How many state like that?
I was just gonna say that's Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, maybe Delaware, depending on which way you go, and then Maryland. So 5 states in 5 or 6 hours. So
that amazed me on my visit. Like,
yeah, I think I can go to every state in New England in a day. Connecticut, Rhode Island, Mass, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. I think I can hit them all in one day. Trying to think of the most I've been to in one day. Probably just, actually, to be honest with you, over the summer, me and my buddy I went from Connecticut to Mass, New Hampshire, Maine. So 4 states in a day and back. So all in a day. We were supposed to go see the band Cake and it was outside and it got rained out. So we were not happy. But so we essentially spent the day in the car. But
that's funny.
It is what it is. I am living the bachelor life this week, DJ. It's been an experience. The wife is visiting her sisters one sister's in South Carolina. And now as we speak, they're boarding a plane to go to Nashville from South Carolina to Nashville to meet their other sister. And they're spending the weekend there. So I've been in single dad transportation mode, feeding him. We have eaten, he ate pizza. Let's start Saturday. Saturday's when she left. What did we do Saturday after?
Cheeseburgers.
I was going to say Red Robin on Saturday, right? So Sunday, I don't remember what he ate on Sunday. Shit, that's not good.
Probably had breakfast for dinner.
Oh, Shake Shack. We did Shake Shack on Sunday.
I was still close.
So burgers 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Monday he had pizza for dinner. These are all for dinner, obviously, because school he's set. But
right.
Tuesday, I think he might have just had a bowl of cereal. Because I had to do trivia and he had to go to baseball practice. And then when he went with another family, thank you, other family. And then last night, what did he have last? Oh, last night he had baseball and then he had hockey right after. And in between, he asked if we could go to Costco for pizza. So he had pizza again. So
pizza and cheeseburgers.
Pizza and cheeseburgers has been it all week, man. So I got to get him something else this like. Tonight he's got baseball again. He's getting picked up kind of early, so maybe
hot dogs.
I was gonna say it might be a hot dog, it might be pancakes. I don't know, man. It's something easy, but I'm all about that breakfast for dinner life, especially frozen pancakes. He can make those himself. He throws them in the microwave for a minute or two, and he's good to go. So
yeah,
anything he can do on his own, I'm all for.
Yeah. And the trip wasn't all bad. Like my girl still lives in the Bay, so you
There you
make a
go.
visit there, and
There you go.
and
Did
I
you
don't
ever?
have to pay for a hotel, and
Yeah, that's not maybe you get a little something as well.
right.
Not a
Yeah.
terrible Wednesday night.
No, not at all.
Nah, nah. Put Dynamite on and do it doggy style so you can both watch, right? Like that song from the Bloodhound Gang.
0 minimum. Yeah. So
Babe, why are you crying? Sting's retiring.
I'm
Oh
not
man,
crying.
we're getting all off track here. Oh man, but any big plans for this weekend coming up for you, man?
I would not really big plans. But I do have I actually have to go back, go to work again in person.
God damn.
For the first, so I'll be in the Bay on Halloween night.
Ooh.
So we were thinking we saw some folks having some stuff on Halloween night, so might make a stop by and cut a rug a little bit.
Yeah. Are you guys doing a Halloween party or anything like that? You dressing up?
I hadn't made a plan for it, to be honest. But if I did, it'll be something simple at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
We're still TBD, man. The kid has so we always have people over for Halloween, like Halloween night. Our neighborhood literally is like I talked about it on the pod before, I think. It's like straight
Yep.
out of a movie, the neighborhood. With the street over from us, with like it's every house is lit up, every house is handing out candy. There's people handing out adult stuff. It's amazing. Uh really gonna miss it. Like when the kid is, I've said to the wife before, like I kind of want to just walk this when we're older, like when he's done doing the trick-or-treating thing, which is probably coming soon, sadly. Like I still want to like make this walk and just putz around the neighborhood and have fun and check
Sure.
everything out. But so we have no idea what we're doing for Halloween, long story short, because a friend of ours always has a kick-ass Halloween party. It's November 4th this year, and that is supposed to be baseball playoffs. So we kind of have to wait for the schedule on that and then see what happens before we can make any plans. So, but the wife's really good at whipping up last minute Halloween costume ideas. Last year we did the Price is Right contestants. She literally made everything and they came out perfect. So
Wow.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I remember that costume. That was pretty good.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to do something. But I love Halloween. At least we'll be able to walk around the neighborhood trick-or-treating. But really hope we can go to this party because it's always a good time. But yeah, man.
MJ's gonna be Princess Peach.
Oh, nice. Pictures. She's got is her man gonna sing that behind her, be Bowser and sing that behind her?
Well, he's gonna be Mario.
All right.
Yeah.
Even
but
better.
He could do that still.
This weekend, just for me, man, just sports, baseball and hockey, and wife comes home on Monday. So one last weekend with just the boys.
You got to clean up and.
Yeah, no, I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the house clean.
Oh, okay.
Just because I know that's more work down the road for myself if I leave everything a pigsty. So,
right.
you gotta be smart about this shit.
You do.
All right. Kind of a slow week in the world of wrestling, but we do still have some things to talk about. Time to get into it. Let's get in the ring. Wrong button. All right, In the Ring is brought to you by SeatGeek. I know a lot of concerts are getting announced. Obviously, NFL, NBA right around the corner, NHL going on, MLB playoffs, whatever you need for tickets-wise. AEW Collision is coming to Mohegan Sun here in Connecticut next weekend, so I'm keeping an eye on tickets for that. And they're not dropping, unfortunately. I don't know why, but might be skipping this one. We'll see. But you head over to SeatGeek.com, use the code RUNNINPOD, you'll save $20 on your first order. So I was kind of looking through here. I will be 100% honest. I have watched zero wrestling this week. I've been following along like everything that's happening,
Right.
but I have not watched a whole lot. So you might have to fill me in here, but I did see we got new tag champs. Judgment Day is back. Here's what I saw. I'll run down what I saw in the world of wrestling this week.
All
I
right.
saw that. I saw a little kid grab motorboat Natty's boobs. More power to him.
Motorboat Natty.
I saw Kevin Owens get traded to Raw. I also
Yep.
saw Kevin Owens rocking an homage Sami Zayn and KO t-shirt
Right.
on Raw. I did see Ricochet jump, do that. What's that movie called? The Shooting Star Press from the crowd, which was unreal.
Right.
I did see. I lied. I did see the promo between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I did see DIYs, but I guess I saw mostly everything. The only thing I missed, I guess, was Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley. But I didn't see and I did not watch. Apparently, the match of the night was Gunther and Bronson Reed. I did not see that. I kind of want to go back and watch that because I do love both of those guys. But I mean, Bleacher Report said it was a solid episode of Raw, especially with MLB playoffs and Monday Night Football being on. I'm not sure what the point of Cody and Jay having the tag titles is, if they just gave them back 2 weeks later. But Judgment Day, having all the belts again. Dom is still the North American champion, I believe,
Still
right?
North American champ. Yep.
Yeah, Rhea's still the women's champ.
And the briefcase.
Oh, right. Yep. And Damian Priest has the briefcase. Yep. Send your money in the bank. So Judgment Day, the hot thing, kind of taking over, I feel like, for the Bloodline, with Roman not being around as much. I mean, he was on SmackDown this past week, but
he's starting to ramp it up again. Yeah.
Yeah, getting ready for Survivor Series, I'm sure. But I did see, I do see Judgment Day on every episode of Raw. It was another, to me, just looking at the rundown here and obviously not watching it, it felt like what I've said the last few weeks, maybe even the last month or so, where it is it's just the same episode of Raw, I feel like, over and over and over again. This did get a little bit of a better review. Maybe I'll tune in next week. It's just I mean, the wife's gonna be back Monday night, so I might be, quote unquote, catching up with the wife, if you will. But yeah, it seemed like a pretty good episode.
I would say, if we are going to go with the conspiracy theories of, well, now Triple H has full control here, maybe that's the case. And then we're seeing, so again, all they really need, in my opinion, is get rid of the promo at the beginning of the show. We don't need it.
We talked
anymore.
about that last week. Yep.
Give us a match. Then you can go to promo the second segment.
Right.
But we don't need it the very first segment. And then that's and that's gonna set up the main event. We already know. No, don't do that anymore.
Right. Why not just announce the main event ahead of time? You're matching or announcing these mid-card matches, right? Throughout the week, or even on social media earlier in the day, you'll see, Piper Niven versus Natty, for example. You'll see that earlier in the day. So why not just announce hey, we have a huge main event here. This is what's happening. And then maybe throughout the show, you start the show off with a match. Think about Nitro, man. I'm not saying WWE needs to do this, but think about Nitro. They started every show almost with a luchador match or a cruiserweight match.
Right.
Something like that. Start off with a tag team match. Start out hot, something like that. But
exactly.
Yeah, just too many promos in the beginning, and it just seems like there's a lot of talking in the on the Raws
shows. And but other than that, we're so again, going with if you're gonna go with the theories here, you're getting evidence, so you're getting, now we're seeing Ricochet do his thing, now we're seeing DIY, we're seeing, so the folks that Triple H was able to build up on the black and gold, now they're starting to shine.
Yeah.
And now it seems like it's their time now. And so if so for those that believe that conspiracy theory, there's a bunch of new evidence here. And this episode of Raw, for example, would be a great example. Just the entire, almost like they said, almost the entire show. There was good matches. It wasn't it just didn't feel like this manufactured. Okay, we got to put this 3 hours together and just almost the same thing every week. It didn't feel that way.
Right. Right. Yeah, I feel like there is some signs that I feel like there are some signs where it's not Vince running the show anymore.
Right.
So that's good. That's all going in the right direction. But and then we've got Crown Jewel coming up shortly.
Crown Jewel.
When is Crown Jewel actually? I don't think it's this weekend, but Crown Jewel. WWE Crown Jewel. Let's see here. November 4th. So
I'm about to say, I don't think
next
so.
weekend.
This week.
The weekend of my my Halloween party I'm supposed to go to. So they got any matches announced for this shit yet? Oh, they do. Wait, hold on. 2 matches so far. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, and Rhea versus Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler versus Zoe Stark versus Raquel Gonzalez. Fatal 5-way for the women's match, or for the women's title. So that'll actually be pretty good, I think.
With all the modified outfits.
All them in their t-shirt and their pajamas. So I believe this week Logan Paul is coming back to Raw as well. I believe that was being advertised. So
we'll probably see that. So you might as well add the U.S. title, him versus Ray.
Yeah, it's on the poster. Well, I should say he's on the poster. Logan Paul's on the poster, not him versus Ray. But all right. We also if stop me if you've heard this before, but there was some drama in AEW this week. Apparently, I don't know why this shit. Like I've said this 100 times now on this show. Like, why does this shit get out? Like, why is there talk about Edge and Ricky Starks having beef? Like, this doesn't happen with WWE. We don't hear, Damian Priest and Finn Balor had a real life beef. We don't hear that.
And half the stuff we're starting, like one of the segments we're gonna have on this show, we start to find out some stuff is not even the things that we think we know are not what happened.
Yeah.
So with WWE backstage, so like you said, like I don't think they get enough credit for how much they keep backstage.
Right. And so apparently this was between like them two getting like their promo, I guess.
Yeah. And you can kind of see it when you watch it.
Yep. And it's just like man, what are we doing here? Like, why is this getting out? Who cares? You guys, yes, you guys are working together. You're putting together a promo or a program together. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to like each other. I'm not saying everybody needs to take shots at each other and stuff like that, but we've said it before. I think that we've said it since the Attitude Era when when real life is involved, that's usually when things are better. Like when it's a real life beef, that's usually when it's better. So suck it up, buttercups, and just fucking go with it. Go with it. And if you have an issue with each other, talk after the fact and don't let it get out. Like talk quietly to each other and don't let it get out. It's so that's the only thing that like pisses me off about this stuff is like I don't understand between Tony tweeting excessively and
about
like,
WWE
about everything. Like
it's like, dude, you're just giving them free advertisement, like
right
at this point.
The big announcement you say you're going to make every week, and then like this little petty bullshit getting out. It's just like, oh my god, shut up, stop. Like it's annoying to an extent.
We're gonna add another title.
Yeah,
we're gonna have 24 titles, so half the roster will have a title. So every match will be a title match.
Yeah. We are getting MJF and Juice Robinson. I believe that's going to happen next week, correct?
It's gonna. I thought that was gonna be on the.
Is it the pay-per-view? All right, at the pay-per-view, which is coming up shortly, actually.
Right.
When is that? I don't even know when that is. That's Full Gear, right?
That is Full Gear in Inglewood.
Inglewood, you going?
Tommy's Inglewood. I'm gonna see. Like I'm gonna.
Oh, see. November 18th. You still got time.
Yeah. So I'm like gonna play with this and see how much the tickets are. Like, almost the day before, and then
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think I'm doing with the show with Dynamite next week, or
yeah,
not Dynamite, Collision. So
and then
that's
watch
actually
out for signings. That's probably what
yeah,
I'm mainly.
yep. The main event for Full Gear is MJF and Jay White. So Juice Robinson and MJF, I believe, is happening next week, is what I saw.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So and Juice Robinson is, did I say Juice White? I think I might have, but Juice
And that's
Robinson
what
is,
I get them. I get Jay White and Juice Robinson mixed up as well, even though they're very different, especially when they're talking.
yeah, I was gonna say,
I can go without hearing Juice's voice.
Isn't Juice a little like darker, if you will?
I thought like isn't he the raspy voice,
Yeah,
annoying guy? Yeah. So, I can do without hearing him.
I got you.
Yeah.
He's got dreads. I think that's what makes me think. Oh, it's CJ Parker. I didn't even realize that.
CJ
Dude
Parker.
from I did not realize Juice Robinson was CJ Parker from NXT.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day, man. I just found out recently that Golgo was Earthquake. Not really. I did find that out. I did find that out actually, like late in life, like way past when I should have known that.
Yeah, I saw that right away.
But and then Wardlow getting involved with MJF as well. He had some words to say over the Twitter, or he was on a podcast or something, and had some things to say about MJF. And then last night apparently he had MJF written on his wrist tape. So I am for AEW pushing the shit out of Wardlow. Like he looks like a superstar. He should be
kind of overdue.
Yeah, 100%. He should totally be in that main event picture.
I like it again. It just kind of goes like, so going even like if we even take a step back, going back to the Edge and Starks thing, and then now like all of a sudden this reemergence of Wardlow from catering, and now he's able to walk out and powerbomb somebody 5 times and the match is over. So can we stop with the like, he's the booker of the year and all this? Like there's clearly he just kind of it just looks like he's throwing darts at the wall right at this point. And and then now you're kind of seeing why. At least tell us what you're going to do when you go out for the promos. Like it looks to me like he just says here's a mic and go for it, is what it seems like is happening, because this is not the first time that this has happened.
Yeah.
So so there is there's I guess there's something to be said about, I don't like scripts either. I don't need every word scripted, but I think there is something to know like what the guy is gonna say. Like at least tell me what you're gonna say so I can be ready.
Yep.
But because it just sounds like, okay, he was caught up. Like he's probably, like Chris, Edge Adam is probably sensitive about his eyes. It's like, okay, that's something I don't want you guys talking about. And then he goes out there, you're staring at me with the bug eyes, so because he does that, like his eyes are pretty buggy. Like,
oh yeah.
100%. So he's probably sensitive about that, and they're like, boom, and he hit the real button. He hit the real button, and then now he's a small person Rock. So I'm not gonna say the M word. So
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like it's just a matter of time before Ricky Starks is in WWE anyway. He's friends with Cody, and all that stuff. Like, there's been rumors about it.
I think there's a lot of guys on this roster that are going to end up.
Yeah.
I think we see Rusev again. I think it's just like you're pushing. There's more ROH and New Japan and former WWE is what he seems to push. Yeah. And then so if you're one of those things, you're going to get pushed to the front of the line. So, when you're kind of in the middle, when you're homegrown, like independent wrestler, it's not the place. It's starting not to be the place to go.
Right. Yep. All right. And then the other big news from last night, Revolution is happening in March of 2024, and it is going to be Sting's last match. I got to know, DJ, who do you want to see him go against? Also, how do you feel about this?
Well,
Two-part question. First, how do you feel about it?
okay.
And then second, who do you want to see him go against? Like,
who I
who do you
think.
want to see him in his last match?
All right. I think. Well, how I feel, like I'm fine. Like I've been fine with him. I was fine with his retirement being the match against Triple H. Like that's what my understanding was. So all this is bonus to me that I'm seeing him do this other stuff. Including the title match where Seth jacked him up. And then I say Darby Allin, like kind of do like a Shinsuke versus Muta kind of thing, yeah. And then at the end of the match, give him the bat and kind of thing, you know.
Yep.
So I say Darby Allin.
That's actually exactly where I was going. I think it's perfect to have Darby turn on him. So you have Darby become the heel, you have Sting become a baby. He's obviously a baby face, but
Right.
and then you go from like him coming out of the shadow, if you will, of Sting. I think it would be a great story. I think they would both kill it.
Or just do like a Ric Flair HBK thing, like, hey, I want this match against you, and you know, like
I'm
your
sorry,
best.
I love you.
Yeah, and then a coffin drop.
Coffin drop. Yeah. WrestleTalk.com picked a few. They have 8 people for Jericho for Sting to go against in his last match. Number 8 was Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I feel like you got to have, at this point, almost you got to have somebody carry Sting just because he is not moving as well as he used to. So I think you got to have somebody older or in that not middle age range, but like mid career range.
Right.
Bryan Danielson they had listed. I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Samoa Joe. They could kind of call back to TNA there.
Right.
Goldberg, fuck that.
No. So 2 no's out of there.
Yep. Andrade with Ric Flair in his corner. That's interesting.
That is kind of that would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. Kind of like a little callback to Flair and Flair being involved. I'm sure Flair would take the payday.
Right.
Christian, number 3. Number 2, Edge, Adam Copeland. That's another one, man, where like Edge's matches, like I was thrilled. We didn't talk about this much when Edge came back, but like I was thrilled when Edge came back at the Royal Rumble. Like I loved that moment. It is amazing, right? But there wasn't a ton of great matches from Edge when he came back. Whether you want to call that match with Randy Orton the greatest match of all time or not, you know, like there wasn't a whole lot. Yeah, but aside from it being billed that, like, I don't think that match was that great. I don't think there was a whole lot of memorable matches from Edge during his comeback or his comeback with WWE. So I don't know if that would be a great choice. That was their number 2 pick, and number 1 was Darby Allin on Wrestle Talk. That makes the most sense, I think. I feel like everybody probably is thinking that same thing. Like, again, he almost looks like the I like turtles kid coming out of his dad's shadow.
Right.
But,
that's funny. Going back to Edge a little bit, because you brought some good points up there. Edge, like you said, like I was just thinking about when you were saying that, and I feel like Edge's best matches since coming back from the Rumble aside, like because he had a pretty good Rumble, are all specialty matches that were if you think about it. So Hell in a Cell, the no holds barred match with Randy,
triple threat with Roman and was it Daniel Bryan?
Yeah. Where he stacked them. Yep.
Stacked all of them.
Which was a damn good match. Whether you like the ending or not, it was a damn good match.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were all like, I can't think of any like real like single match that's just a singles match that was just that great from like going with what you said. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like I think we I think we kind of romanticize, like, as we're wrestling fans, this is what we do. And then when we get the thing that we romanticize, sometimes it's not. It's like, damn, this is not as good as I remembered it, or this person's just a little bit older and they're not able to do all of the things that they were doing when they were younger, which is also natural. So,
Yeah.
and that might be where we are, because right now in AEW, I'll admit it's kind of stale. Like, and it's not selling tickets either.
Yeah, right. I just actually got an email as we talked about AEW being in Mohegan Sun here down in Connecticut, and more tickets available on TickPick, and it's like they're all like super expensive. I'm sorry, I love wrestling, but I'm not paying $52 to sit like the back corner of the like almost to like if the stage is 12 o'clock, I would be at like 12:05. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting in that off to that side there for $52.
Oh, so you can get all the pyro smoke and
yeah, and then the next section over, which would be like hard cam side, where you're on camera, it's like $114. It's like it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah,
I mean that's on the that's secondary market, it's TickPick and stuff like that, but they should be dropping at this point. They really should. It's about a week away, so worst case,
like I said, I'll wait till like the day before. And
yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen my parents in a while. Worst case, I'm just gonna go over to my parents for dinner with my kid and my wife. So, but yeah, man, gonna be the end of an era when Sting retires. I would like to see one time between now and March for Surfer Sting to come out.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll happen just because age and hair. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
he'll lose it all if he tries to go blonde and black again.
It would still be sick if they busted out the Surfer Sting one last time.
And then he'd be wearing like a Surfer Sting t-shirt the whole time.
Yeah. And then it would be available on Pro Wrestling Tees and all that stuff. So, but some other wrestling news here. Vince McMahon's documentary, apparently that was going to be on Netflix, got pulled for a minute and now it's back on. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And also the tidbit that came out this week was that he cannot change anything. He will get a preview of it, but he does not have creative control of that documentary, which
just so you know what we're putting out before it goes out.
Exactly.
If you want to get out ahead of it, then that's
Yep. I think that is I think that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. I wonder if it's going to make me hate Vince, stay like where I am, neutral, or if it's going to change anything. I don't know. Maybe I'll like him more. Probably not.
Well, I'm going to say the famous last words. I don't think there's not a whole lot of low that I don't think he can go to. So, or that he hasn't done. So, if anything, I'm just going to learn some new stories. But
yeah,
like it's a little bit late to say, "Oh, I'm canceling him." Why? You already knew how low he would go. So
yeah,
well, like I said, I'm just gonna watch just like for the info, like again, famous last words. There could be something in this documentary where I'm like, "Oh, hell."
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep. Right. And then we love lists.
Yes,
PWI revealed their list of the top 250 women in wrestling. I can't even name 250 women in wrestling. But
I can't even name 250 just actresses.
Yeah. This apparently is based on the criteria is win-loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, prominence within a wrestler's promotions, and overall wrestling ability. The evaluation period is from July 1st, 2022 to July 1st, 2023. We don't have to go through the whole list, but I will say
Some notables.
We'll talk about some notables here. Some of them are blocked out. That's weird. Maybe because it's not. I don't know.
Have they not released the whole list officially?
Yeah, maybe. But it's like weird. It's like number 64 is blacked out, 66, 68, 70.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of weird. It's like,
so we have the
you're
top
already
10.
giving us the top and we don't know who's in the middle.
Yep. So we have the top 10. I'm just looking through like the top 30 here.
Okay.
Becky Lynch is 29. I think that's kind of weird.
Like they said, it's for this year, right? So
July to July, yeah. I mean, she's been on NXT.
She won any major titles.
She feuded with Trish Stratus. I don't think she had a terrible year. Britt Baker, 36. Liv Morgan, 38. Tiffany Stratton, who I think is like on the rise, she's 25.
Okay.
Io Sky, 24. And maybe it is just like a recency bias because like Io Sky obviously just won the title and things like that. She just
won it, yeah.
And we got to remember this does go back to July. So top 10 here. Number 10, Jordan Grace. I don't know.
Well, I'm about to say which immediately. I'm like, no, she's not top 10.
Number 9, Camille. Number 8, Willow Nightingale. I could see that go in July to July because didn't she win the women's title or one of the women's titles by accident?
A New Japan,
right?
Won, yeah.
Deonna Purrazzo. Yeah, yep. Deonna Purrazzo, number 7. This one is weird to me. Athena, number 6.
Both 7 and 6. I'm like, hold on. So Deonna like got squashed on a Dynamite. So what are we talking about here?
She was Impact Knockout Champion though.
No, I get that. I know that. Like I know for knockouts, yeah, she's a legend. But I'm just saying. So you said this was from record and everything. She went on Dynamite and just took an ass. Like she's one of the wrestlers that they didn't even play her music. She was just standing in the corner when the other star was coming down the aile.
Yeah,
so you can't beat number 7 and that happened. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Athena, I just like, might be my girlfriend's name, but but the wrestler Athena, I'm not getting
I can't even tell you what she did this year. I know she's Ring of Honor Women's Champion, I believe.
Right. I don't get the hype.
Might even be wrong there.
Like people, you can come for me. I don't get it.
I saw her at that Ring of Honor show in California when I was out for Mania, and did not see her before that or after that. So I can't even tell you.
Somebody in that show?
I don't even remember who she wrestled, to be honest with you.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Number 5, I'm gonna assume is from New Japan. Tam Nakano.
Sure.
Never heard of her. Number 4, Jamie Hayter. I would swap Hayter and Deonna, I think, just because Deonna did crush it. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Deonna crushed it in TNA or Impact. Jamie Hayter, I think because she did win the title and all that before she got hurt, I think she deserves to be in the top 10. Maybe even 10th now that I'm looking at the list.
Take Jordan off of it and put her 10th. I can go with that.
Yeah. And then Bianca Belair is number 3. I got no problem with that. Okay. Gulia is number 2. Again, probably New Japan. Never heard of her. And Mami on top. Rhea Ripley is number 1. No argument from me there. Asuka just missing the top 10. She's 11. Tony Storm, number 12.
Okay.
Masha Slamovich, 13. Jade, 14. And Roxanne Perez is 15. So
to not have Asuka in the 10. And to put Athena in it. It's like you're trying to appeal to,
dude. Even Chris Statlander is 18. I feel like she could be in the top 15. She won the TNT title from Jade. Like that's a huge moment.
Mm-hmm. It is. No, you're right.
She retired Jade from AEW, if you will.
Right.
These lists, I mean, they're all subjective. It is kind of fun to go and see like, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. But it is kind of interesting how they come up with this. What's his name? Your boy there? Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Dave.
Dave. Yeah, Dave. Is Dave right for PWI?
I don't think he does.
See, no, he doesn't. He writes his own thing, man. The Wrestling Observer.
Yeah.
But it's a little Dave biasy, I think. But you can't argue. You can't argue with Rhea Ripley number one.
No.
Not even a
I
little bit.
won't argue that. But my thing is, so you put, again, deservedly so, you put Bianca Belair number 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then the person that had the best feud with her at 11. Like, what are we?
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. But and Bianca's been again. It's July to July. You got to remember that because I was going to say Bianca's been off TV for quite a bit. So, last thing to talk about before we get to our winners and losers and buy sell. Video surfaced. I actually liked this video of Mercedes Moné giving it back to some know-it-all Mark at New York Comic-Con. You put this on here, so I'll let you run with this.
I did. Yeah, so I'm sure you guys have seen this, but just in case you haven't, she's signing an autograph, and this guy is talking to her with all certainty that because he read that, the reason why, like, he just knows the reason why she left WWE, and she comes back at him, like, wait, because that's what you read,
right?
Like, yeah, it's not true, and it's not your business, kind of thing.
Yep.
Which I don't blame her on this time. And like I said, the only thing I did not like with her with fans, and it looks like she even started to correct this, was that she was like having pictures where they're like across the they're like across the room taking a picture with her.
Yeah.
This time it didn't look like she did that. But yeah, folks, stop reading these things and then trying to go up to the actual wrestler like you know something.
Bro, I would never in a million years read something on the internet,
right,
and then use it as a meeting. Also paying a lot of money, probably,
right,
especially her. I'm sure she charges a ton.
I'm sure,
to meet them. Like, I remember I met Ric Flair, right, at one point, and it was right when one of the documentaries came out on the network, and it might have been like a rivalry thing with Dusty Rhodes, and how he was talking about how he wanted to be Dusty Rhodes for a minute. And then he was like rambling, he wanted to be rambling Ricky Rhodes. And so like we were walking up, I like walked up to him and I like threw that out there, like rambling Ricky Rhodes. And he got a huge giggle out of it. And but like I would never take something that I read on the internet, be like, oh, hey Rick, I heard you left WWE because of this. No, like, she's not. First of all, they're not going to tell you the truth right there in front of all these people, like at a Comic-Con or at an event where they're trying to meet as many people as they can in a small time period. Like,
right.
Stop being idiots. Stop. This is why people like look down on wrestling. Stop being dumb. I feel like I get on one of these rants every week. I do like wrestling, people. I do like wrestling, folks. I do enjoy it. But sometimes the fans, man. Sometimes the wrestling fans are the worst.
Yeah. It's just, again, it was just the all certainty. Like, it was just the delivery from the person.
Yeah.
That was talking
on the internet.
Like, I just know, like, this is the truth because I read it.
I did. I loved her clapping back. I really did. But goddamn, people, stop being so fucking dumb. Stop being dumb. Anyway, time for winners and losers of the week. Winners and losers is brought to you by JJ Figures. Make sure you subscribe on Patreon. You guys can get yourself a 15% off discount code to jjfigures.com. Do it to it. And make sure to check out their stream on Whatnot every let's see, the streaming schedule Friday. October. Next one is Friday, $5 Fridays. And October 24th, they're doing Bee's Bargain Bin at 8 p.m. on the 24th. So jump into that. And if you're gonna be in Philadelphia, they will be at the Icons of Wrestling Convention Fan Fest in Philly, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check it out, and also check out their site, JJ Figures. Always adding new stuff, it seems like, every day. And speaking of, actually, AEW Unmatched 2 Wardlow is their deal of the day. He is also my winner of the week because I feel like he hasn't done a whole lot of anything, and now he's fucking in the news and on the show with talking some smack to MJF. I think that's going to be good for him.
Let's do it. Like I'm gonna agree with that. Cause yeah, why was this man sitting in catering for so long? Like it's
Him and Powerhouse Hobbs, man, they're both back, and I feel like they're both stars. I feel like they're both going to kill it.
Yes. So yeah, I'm like, get these folks in the ring. Bringing back this rivalry with MJF is perfect. 'Cause yeah, I think it's, in my opinion, it's an admittance that the MJF Jay White thing doesn't have enough juice.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yes, exactly. It's just not the whole, Jay White, the whole Bullet Club. I don't think it's moving as big as they thought it was going to be, so they're trying to add something to it, and that's what I think is happening there.
The Bullet Club thing, to kind of get off topic here, the Bullet Club thing to me definitely is one of those things where it's like, hey, we talk about it here and there where we're like, hey, you casual wrestling fans might not know who these people are, and we're not going to tell you who they are. But if you're a mark, you're going to know who these people are, and you're probably going to be excited. But the rest of you, fuck off. Like that's kind of how I feel about the Bullet Club. Like we know who they are, obviously, because we watch wrestling all the time.
Right.
But it's like it's hard to, it's just hard to. That's the word I'm looking for. Hard to explain who those people are to other people, and I feel like they should be doing that on TV. Or doing a better job of it on TV.
Exactly. And that's, so again, like, if you want new, like, the whole point is to get new viewers and have them stay and be interested. But if you're going to say, oh, if you don't know who it is, then I don't know, like, go Google it. Like, it's like, well,
right. No, I'm trying to enjoy your product. Help me.
That's not very welcoming to the new person. Like,
help me enjoy your product. It's like when we're buying figs. Help me make it so it is easy for me to give you my money.
Right.
But all right, and I don't have a loser. You don't have a winner or a loser unless you updated the sheet and I didn't see it.
I couldn't find anything this time.
I didn't have anything either. I also don't have anything for buy sell. But if we did, if we did have buy sell, it'd be brought to you by Phil Gentile's book, The Official Guide to America's Toy Store. Go buy it on Amazon. It's $11.99, and you will not be sad that you purchased that item. Now it is time to pay a couple bills, and we'll jump right into good old housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Could you come back in an hour?
Housekeeping, you want towels?
More towels. Need sleepy.
Housekeeping, you want mint for pillow?
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
Housekeeping is brought to you by homage. You guys can pay homage over at runinpod.com and then hit deals and use our affiliate link there. Click on homage. The starter pullover jackets are back.
Hey,
man, these bring back some memories. Truth be told, when I was a kid, I had a New York Giants one, even though I'm a Patriots fan.
interesting.
I wish the Patriots was a throwback one. It's the new logo, but it's still a starter jacket. I also had a Boston Bruins one.
The Quaker Oat guy taking it.
Yeah. I also I had a Boston Bruins one. I'm trying to think of the other one. I had another pullover. I can't remember what it was though. The pullovers were dope though. The pocket in the front.
Yep.
And the star zipper. But these are available for I think every NFL team on here. Oh man, the Giants one is hitting me right in the nostalgia, to be honest with you. The Jaguars sold out, which is weird because a lot of
Look at
people,
that.
unless they pulled it like they did with the WWE belt. But yeah, your favorite teams are up there. I'm trying to go through like our inner circle to make sure everybody. Yeah, Colts, Patriots, Raiders, Ravens. I didn't see Steelers, did I? Oh yeah, Steelers is there. So grab them.
Accident.
Grab them, and yeah, a bunch of new stuff up there. The Golden Girls shirts. Oh baby,
Look at
I
that.
did not realize that the
Thank
wife
you for being a friend.
is gonna want those. Oh man, oh man, gonna get the wife on board now. I mean, she's been on board for a while, but yeah, just hit new arrivals. You'll see all the new stuff that is that's available for you. Kids NFL shirts, WWE shirts, all kinds of good stuff. NAFL, MLB, some good MLB playoff shirts, and all that stuff. So go check it out. And if you never ordered from there before, you can use Run In Pod to save 15% off your first order. If you guys have not signed up for Patreon, the hell are you waiting for? But you guys can head over to patreon.com/runinpod. Want to give a shout out to Stephen Odette, who upgraded his membership this week from a mid-carder, which is the $1 tier, to the white meat baby face, which is the $5 a month tier. So thank you, sir. That's right. Thank you, sir, for moving on up. All the details on what you get are oh, we've got some free followers. That's new on here. Every time I log into Patreon, there's something new. They can follow. I don't know what they I'm just kind of reading along here. Learning as I go. But anyway, I'm getting super off track here.
That squirrel.
Yeah, patreon.com/runinpod. All the benefits are up there, but we have tiers that start at $1 a month. The big thing is it gets you into the Fig Cave Facebook group. If you're looking for something, if you're looking for that Rob Van Dam Ultimate Edition that nobody seems to be able to find except for DJ and my wife, the Ultimate Edition Walmart exclusive, you can get it for cost plus shipping in the Fig Cave group. So if you're paying the $1 a month, you're gonna get your money's worth. And
Absolutely.
we do giveaways in there and conversations and just really building a community in there. For $1 a month, you cannot go wrong. $12 a year. That's like 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks. You can do it. You can do it.
You got it.
And you get a discount code to J&J Figures, 15% off, plus other stuff that we're doing in there. And this month's giveaway, just for being a Patreon, we're giving away a full set of Ultimate Edition 19. That is Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, and Kurt Angle, courtesy of our friends over at Wrestling Collector Shop. They are hooking it up. So each tier, you get the higher, obviously, the more you pay, the more more entries you get. $1 gets you 1 entry, $5 gets you 3, and 10 gets you, or I'm sorry, 5 gets you 2, 10 gets you 3. And then if you buy anything from any of our sponsors within the month, you'll get an extra entry. So if you buy anything from Wrestling Collector Shop, SeatGeek, J&J, Homage, Tick Pick, if you order any merch from our online store, you can shoot that over to us, shoot us a screenshot, and you will be entered automatically, an extra entry into your into the Patreon giveaway for the month of October. So and then we've also got Blitzkrieg Pro is returning November 17th. I did not make it to their show, unfortunately, this past week, but they are returning to Holyoke, Massachusetts, November 17th. And we are sponsoring a banger of a match, my friends. We are sponsoring the Sonny Kiss.
Sonny.
Formerly of AEW. We are sponsoring him versus the man formerly known as Fandango, Dirty Dango. I cannot wait for this match. It's going to be a banger.
Yeah, that's a hell of a match. Yeah.
So, get your tickets. They go on sale today, Thursday, October 19th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. They go on sale. And they are available at blitzkriegpro.net. So go check that out. Por favor. If you're local, I promise you, if you go to a Blitzkrieg Pro show, you will not be disappointed. I promise. Always a good time. Go check it out. All right. Last thing to remind you of, if you're a fan of our podcast, rate, review, and subscribe over on Apple Podcasts. Check out runinpod.com and merch.runinpod.com and grab a t-shirt, hoodie, mug, whatever you need. And while you're doing that, we'll bring you Falls Count Anywhere.
Anywhere here. Falls count anywhere. They are going everywhere. Look at this. This is Falls Count Anywhere.
Falls Count Anywhere is brought to you by Wrestling Collector Shop. Use the code RUN10 to save 10% off anything you're going to buy in the store. If you end up spending over $50, you can use the code RUNINPOD and you will say, or I'm sorry, just the code RUNIN, and you'll get free shipping. That's WrestlingCollectorShop.com. Some updates from them. They have gotten the latest elites in, and they are shipping. The Ultimate Edition should be coming in next month. But yeah, if you ordered Elite 104 and I think 105, yes, 105. They are shipping and will be in your mailbox shortly if you haven't gotten them already. So make sure you grab those. Carmelo Hayes, Johnny Gargano, Io Sky, Dominic Mysterio, and Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. And don't forget, I'm doing it right now. Log in, get your rewards points just by checking out their website. You grab, what is it, 25 points? It's
25.
Hold on, I have to remind it that I'm not a robot. I think it is 25 every time you sign it. But yeah, and then use code RUN10 for 10% off, and you're good to go. Love Wrestling Collector Shop. Yeah, 25 points for visiting. Sick. So some news, some wrestling figure news. WWE Legends Greatest Hits. Bruno Sammartino has been removed from the lineup and will be moved into the main Elite line in mid of 2024. Another delay, Three Faces of Foley 3-pack has also been postponed until January of 2024. I hope that one is due to the packaging, because originally it wasn't going to be a like a real 3-pack where it was basically going to be like what Ringside is doing with the
Usos.
No, the Defining Moments, where it comes in one box, but then there's three figures in that box.
Right.
And obviously Mick Foley knows the deal. He wants to be able to sign these. So they need to have a window, I think. And I think that's what's according, like I was listening to Major Pod and they were talking about it as well. And it sounds like that might be what's happening here, where they're changing the packaging so that he can sign these, because he'll sign it. Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and you'll get all three signatures on it and stuff. So he really cares about. I have a autographed Cactus Jack poster and figure, and like he does a great job with his signature. He really does. Really takes pride in it. It seems like so. Yes. Epic Toys, formerly known as Cella, they announced a Bobby Heenan retro. I hope this means that Bobby Heenan's contract is not. I hope this doesn't mean, I should say, that Bobby Heenan's contract is up with WWE, because I need a Bobby Heenan Elite. I kind of wish I never sold mine, and or like he would be awesome to have in the Coliseum collection.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I know Nick on the Fig Cave podcast has mentioned like one of the 2-packs of the Coliseum collection should be Andre the Giant and Bobby Heenan. I think that's the
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, I think that's $1 million idea. Well, they base them off the LJNs. So, I mean, if you're going off of that, right, they should look like the LJNs. But
true.
And then Hastel Toys, Mitch announced that he is making the Quebecers. I kind of, as much as I don't want to, never mind. I'm not going to say it, but I think that's a huge get, to be honest with you. I said, me and Jack were talking about it, and I said, that him getting the Quebecers is a huge get. I feel like that is definitely one team that is missing from
They
that
certainly are.
era, from the Hasbros.
Yes.
And I met the Mountie a couple years ago, and I told him like he should sign a deal with Mattel, and he kind of was like, "Nah, nobody wants my figures." And I was like, "Whoa,
That's not true at all.
that's not true at all." Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rougeos, like we
Yep.
could get the Fantastic Rougeos, we could get the Quebecers, we could get just the
All
Mountie.
American boys.
Yep. So, also Duke the Dumpster Drozy, that retro goes on sale Friday, courtesy of Mitch. So make sure you grab that. As I said, Jack should have the Greg the Hammer Valentine Rhythm and Blues in hand shortly, and be shipping that out. Have you been to Walmart lately, DJ?
Yes.
Have you noticed there's a new peg warmer, in my opinion? I feel like, so I went to this week, I have gone to 3 or 4 Walmarts just because of where I've been.
Okay.
And there is a Roman Reigns top picks abundancy at all 3 different locations, different state. I went to one in Springfield, Mass, and even there it was Roman top picks galore. Is Roman the new peg warmer?
Well, maybe. I mean, because you also have to, like, it's a top picks, and you gotta imagine most people have a Roman.
Yeah, I think that what's happening is the whole idea of this top picks line, right, is so that little Bobby's grandma can go to Walmart and grab, hey, grandma, I need Roman Reigns, or I need, Drew McIntyre, I need Seth Rollins, and he's on the shelf. And I think that's what's happening. I think where you get in trouble is, like, I went to Walmart last night, and there is literally a million of the new Eddie Kingston Walmart exclusive AEW figures on top of the million Adam Page Walmart exclusive AEW figures. So
that horrible shirt that they put
I
on
just
him.
thought I was like, oh, maybe Roman's the new peg warmer here. But I don't think that's actually happening. But just something I noticed while I was walking through the aisles of Walmart recently. The major pod guys, they're doing their big rubber guys, British Bulldogs with Matilda, Dynamite Kid and David Boy Smith and Matilda were announced on their Boozing with Toys segment a few days ago. And then speaking of the major pod guys, they have let me pull their page up here. Up for pre-order right now is Big Rubber Guys, Andre the Giant, and Macho Man, and you only have until the 27th to pre-order those. I keep saying I think I'm going to order that the Macho Man. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I think I'm going to do it.
It's a really, like, they did a really good job on that Macho.
All the ones that they've done so far, the Demolition, the Ric Flair, Matt and Brian, the ones that they have coming look really good. They are doing a great job with these. So I'm definitely think I'm grabbing the Macho Man. So I already grabbed the Ric Flair. I just the Macho Man is like right in the wheelhouse, in that damn wheelhouse. But
it is.
So if you missed out on any of those or the major bendies, I believe that Wrestling Collector Shop will have some of them. So keep an eye out for that once they hit. A lot of signings going down. I showed off a picture in our in the FigK Facebook group. I've been working on my signed collection. I went to IKEA this weekend because the kid was supposed to play baseball in New Haven, which is about an hour away, but it's where our closest IKEA is. And the game ended up getting canceled, but I had already placed an order for IKEA pickup. So I said, sorry, dude, we're still driving down there to pick these shelves up. So I bought the LAC shelves. They're basically just like floating shelves. And I got my whole autograph collection on there right now. Me and DJ were talking about this before we went on the air here. I'm waiting for Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena to come back, courtesy of Dark Parlor Originals. And then I just sent out Shawn Michaels Ultimate, which High Spots is doing, if you go to High Spot auctions, you got a little bit of time, but not a ton of time. It needs to be in their hand if you want to do a mail in with Shawn Michaels. It starts at $100. Honestly, the price was not terrible. I think it was $130 for the Ultimate to get signed. But it needs to be in by November 3rd. So mine is going out in the mail today. So make sure you do that. They're also going to have Powers of Pain in for mail in.
Oh,
If you got those retros, I'm just saying, November 9th is when you would need to get that in by. You can also do individually Warlord or Barbarian and get those in for you. But the deadline is November 9th. That's High Spots. And then our friend Kayfabe Toys, who, by the way, if you have not subscribed to him on Whatnot, you are missing out. His Whatnot streams have been unreal lately.
Nuts.
Everything's starting at $1. And like I was saying to DJ, there was an autographed Jimmy Hart figure on his website that I was like him and Han about jumping in on. It's on his website for $70. On his Whatnot, it sold for $48, I think. So it's like some of these figures he's selling on there. Rey Mysterio Elite 100 went for, I think, $11. I talked last week. I got a Kane Ultimate Edition loose for $8. So like the dude's got deals. Follow him on Whatnot, but he is doing Stan Hansen for mail-ins. All items are due November 9th. It's $30 an autograph. Get your stuff into him. It's kfabetoys.com. If you've got that the Power Town figure, you can get it signed by him. So and it's only $30 for Stan Hansen. I think that's a great price.
Oh, Stan.
Yeah.
Take your head off with that lariat.
Then outside of the world of wrestling, DJ, you're gonna laugh at this. I'm not buying these.
Okay. He had to announce that before going into this.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are doing a mashup with Masters of the Universe. 3 years ago, I would have been all over these. So it's Leonardo, Donatello, Mutagen, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Trapjaw, and Krang. There's pictures up on toynewseye.com. They do look really good, but man, oh man. Trapjaw has like the mousers attached to his arm.
Right.
They are Krang. It just looks really good. But I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping in. I promise.
Not doing it.
Not doing it. I'm curious to see where this line goes though. But they are pretty good. I mean, we saw the crossovers with WWE with these a few years ago, and now Ninja Turtles gets a whack at it. So you guys know I love the Ninja Turtles, so I had to point that one out there. That those
No, that's a very interesting thing. Did you see the photos of the sports pick, the McFarlane sports pick?
Yes, yep, I did. I actually sent it to my kid because the hockey ones have been surfaced. The pictures of the hockey ones have been showing up, and David Pastrnak is one of his favorite hockey players. Plays for the Bruins.
There we go.
So I sent it to him to see if he wanted to grab that. They look good, man. We talked about them a few weeks ago. I think that first wave. Actually, I can go Toy News. So if you guys don't go to toynewseye.com, it's great because they break it down by brand. So like you just click on McFarlane and scroll down, and it'll show you wave 2 of the NFL sports pick. It's going to be Tua, Josh Allen, who's the quarterback for Kenny Pickett, and Nick Bosa. So the only thing I don't like, and I know I'm not trying to be super picky here. I'm glad that these are back. The Josh Allen like pose is the same as the Patrick Mahomes one from Series 1. So it's a repaint essentially and a different head. That's kind of disappointing. I'd have to go back to Series 1 to see.
And isn't it like like him standing there with a jacket?
Yeah, and that's the same. That's why it stands out because it's the same exact thing as Mahomes.
That's like, dude, these are like some of the like those. That's 2 quarterbacks that like they're really good at throwing on the run.
Right.
So why would you have them standing?
Well, I think even Justin Fields is in wave 1, and he's really good at throwing on the run too. I'm trying to find wave 1 here. See if I can pull it up real quick. Like I want these to come back, and I want these to do good.
Yeah,
but like if they're
I
just gonna
agree.
if they're just gonna be repaints, though, that's not good.
When it should be they should be doing something that iconic that player does,
that they're known
like
for, right? I
Yeah.
agree. A friend of mine told me that the starting line.
Isn't there Barry coming too?
I didn't see
Sanders?
him. But
I just saw him in. I saw him in Toy Wiz, or yeah, I think it was Toy Wiz. And there's 2 versions of it. It's a gold label. McFarlane.
Trying to go back here and get. Oh, geez. This is going back way too far. Anyway, yeah, it just seems like they're a bunch of repaints, which is not cool. But
And what did your buddy say about starting lineup?
Oh, starting lineups apparently are showing up at like Marshalls and stuff. So,
Interesting.
I was there last night. I put a picture in our. I should post this to our social media. I put it in the group chat, the Inner Circle group chat. It's a WrestleMania 92 shirt. And then in one picture, it's Shawn Michaels from like 2005 with $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. They look like a tag team. And then it's a 1989 Ultimate Warrior, random picture of the Bushwhackers, and then a random picture of Bret Hart. It's like,
wow.
None of the. I mean, they had something to do with SummerSlam 92, but this looks like a bootleg shirt, but it had the WWE tag on it. It is very weird, very weird. But I was there last night and I did not see the starting lineups, is what I was getting at. But yeah, a buddy of mine said that they were there. So I sent him that picture actually, and he said, "Oh, were there any starting lineups there?" And I said, "Nope, I did not see them. But if I see if I see them reasonable, I will certainly grab them. If you're a pop collector too, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, I think they're all owned by the same company. If you have those, the giant Larry Bird pop was only $15. Is Team USA. I passed on that, but they had a bunch of other ones like sports ones for $5.99. A giant Harry Potter, like even bigger than the Larry Bird one, was like $20. Like the prices were super cheap. So if you're looking for pops, there you go. So GameStop. I was at GameStop the other day too. They had a huge sale on pops too.
Yeah, they have pops. Here in LA, they have the Doghouse.
Oh, that's right. That's
where
right.
it's a store of pops. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, these were just ones I saw that were like super, super, super cheap. So if you're looking. All right. Football happened this week, unfortunately. Me and DJ did not even talk about this last week. It slipped past both of us somehow that the Patriots were playing the Raiders, and neither one of us brought it up, talked about it.
We're both pissed off at our teams. That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. We were pissed off from the week before, so like we didn't really want to talk football. I still don't really want to talk football. Like, man.
Brian Hoyer did you in.
Yeah, that's my like, how do you fucking lose to Brian Hoyer?
Because even I was like, damn, come on, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, I think I can go in right now and do what you're doing.
I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like, they have the Bills this week. That'll probably be a loss. So there's a lot of talk on like sports radio around here this week of Belichick not necessarily getting fired, but because like, how do you fire, I know, quote unquote, the greatest coach of all time, right? How do you fire him? But there's talk of him, like, of power being taken away from him. Like, no more.
Definitely draft.
He's not gonna get to draft the players. He's not gonna be the GM anymore. Is essentially what they're talking about.
That would be a good idea. He's not good at it.
No,
I don't think he was great at it when they had Tom Brady.
No,
I think Tom just kind of made it work. And here we are. Like, so it just doesn't look good that you have Tom Brady like winning a Super Bowl and getting close to another, away from when he's away from Belichick. and Belichick basically being average, going back to being average because he was average when he was with the when he was the head coach of the Browns,
Yep.
and now he's turning back to being average, losing this one player, so or maybe two if you want to count Gronk.
Yeah.
So, but where's your so we've seen coaches like lose players and still like get a different bunch of players and still keep going. Like look at Andy Reid, for example. Like okay, let's get another bunch of players and do it again. So we're not seeing that from Bill.
Yep. I'm over it. I might not even watch this week. It might be that bad. Are they on at 1?
There's
Or is it
hope
4?
for
Oh,
like this is that when they show you those memes where where there's a cycle for each team, like so
Yep.
this is where you start. This is where the Raider fan gets a little hope.
Yeah.
We're like we are here, but we don't really have our quarterback situation, in my opinion, not great. Like I think the guy it looks like they say O'Connell's going to play, who is actually pretty decent. He's a pretty decent quarterback. But he's a rookie at the same time. So you got to go through the rookie stuff with rookies. So but actually, I don't think he sucks. I'll say that. He's not. I think he's better than Brian Hoyer. I'll say that. I'll say that as well. Our defense is not great. I think you and I are starting a defensive back on Sunday. So that's the thing that worries me about them, really. But the Raiders actually did pretty decent on defense against New England.
Yeah. That's the thing. I would go
Max
back
Crosby
to
going crazy.
Yeah, he had a day. Going back to the Belichick thing.
Yeah,
I think Belichick is good at drafting defensive players. It's the
I'll
offensive
agree
player.
with that.
It's the offensive players though that are not good.
No
Not
separation
good.
from wide receivers.
And and pay for a fucking free agent, would you? Like, what the hell, man?
I just think he's one of those guys that can be a head coach, but I think they are like a Hall of Fame coordinator. So just like, there's him, there's a couple of people that I think are offensive coordinators, but every time they get a head coaching job, it goes downhill. Like Turner is one of if you remember, like every time Turner would get a head coaching job, he sucked. But every time he was the off, and then every time he was just the offensive coordinator, they damn near win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is, I think. Again, I think he got that once in a lifetime player and and then having a player that had a great on-field relationship with, and then he was the defensive coach, so he would always take away something that the other team was doing. So you had that. It was just that perfect storm when with New England winning those championships. I will put all the other the conspiracy stuff to the side. Just
I mean, you said it all. It's conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Now the Chiefs have
talk.
That. Yeah.
Football talk. Let's go to top 5. Top 5 back this week. Halloween right around the corner.
No.
We have done top 5 of our favorite candies.
Yes.
To get on Halloween. Now though, it's time to do top 5 worst. Let's say worst candies to get, because we don't have to say treats. I put treats on the post, but I'm not talking about pencils and stuff like that or money, because that's
the fake money.
yeah. I didn't get fake money. I actually got quarters.
Oh yeah.
From a house.
Yeah. No, I've gotten that too. Yep.
Kenny, our brother from another mother, I'm trying to find my post now. He said, let's see here. Let me read the post. Where is his? Oh, come on. Was it not Kenny? Now I can't find it.
Didn't somebody put fruit?
Yes, fruit was on there. All right, so I'll read down the list here. Yeah, like pencils, getting pencils sucks, getting toothbrushes sucks. Like, come on. So Johnny JB says the strawberry wrapped hard candies. While I agree that sucks to get for Halloween, I love those candies. If they're like
when you get to the middle, they're pretty good when you get to the middle.
Yeah, like I've actually never bought them, but like if they're like in a dish at like the doctor's office or something, I will certainly grab a couple. And he said Twizzlers as well. He also said fight me. Mitchell Craig, he put Dots, Take 5, Twizzlers, Reese's, and Milky Way. And then I said, whoa, for worst. And he goes, oh, I read that wrong. Here's what is those are his best. These are his worst. Whoppers, Tootsie Roll, Peanut Butter Kisses, which I've actually never had, Almond Joy, and one of the worst candies of all time, Circus Peanuts. Circus Peanuts is like eating chalk.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Styrofoam.
Yeah. Like the little, it should be in a package with your figure.
Yep.
Not to be eaten.
I
haven't seen them in years is the thing.
Oh, it's John James that said this. One of our neighbors gave out handfuls of pennies for Halloween. They tasted terrible.
Pennies.
Candy corn, popcorn balls, pencils, toothbrushes, and fruit. That's kind of where I was going. We're like, let's just do candy. Or treats.
Yeah, I've seen people with popcorn balls out. That's terrible.
Whoppers, bagged carrots. Yes, I got them once, says Sebastian Cologne. Banana Laffy Taffy, fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls, mini Twizzlers, and runner up is Sweet Tarts, he said. It's not something I necessarily want all the time. I don't hate those fruit Tootsie Rolls, though. I think they're called Fruities.
Oh, yeah. And actually love licorice, but like they said, I think Twizzler is probably the worst of the licorice.
My thought on Twizzlers is if you're going to do Twizzlers, it's got to be the pull and peels.
Pull and peel I can deal with pull and peel. But the original Twizzler, it's like eating a straw.
Yeah,
to me,
I agree.
It's like, dude, this sucks. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know East Coasters love their Twizzlers. They call every piece of licorice Twizzler.
Not here, not my house.
Kill yourself. Like it's a suck ass licorice.
Not my house, but Chad Miller, our friend of the show, he says candy corn Dum Dums, which I thought was weird. Tootsie Rolls, Twizzlers, and Dots.
Dum Dums do suck. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's a lollipop. He also said Swedish Fish. Or no, James Ickard said Swedish Fish. No way, man. Swedish Fish are great.
They taste good, but damn, they do hell to your teeth.
They do get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Whatever Alan Day said, whatever those generic individually wrapped candies were that came in the black or orange wax paper.
He's exactly
wasn't that
right.
like taffy? I think, but
I think I'm gonna, for lack of a better, I'm gonna say taffy as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's correct.
I'm not a big taffy guy, and taffy is like very big on Cape Cod.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't get it. Saltwater taffy.
Yeah. Take my fillings out.
Yeah. This one I've never seen before. Chico sticks.
You never had a Chico stick?
Chico stick? No. What is it?
It's kind of hard to. It's like a
bright orange color.
Yeah, it's kind of like
flavor.
If you take a Butterfinger and take the chocolate off of it, and that's basically a Chico stick.
It says coconut. I'm out.
All right, yeah, and it's got with coconut. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Like I don't like Chico sticks, but I've always seen them.
Yep.
And never, like that wasn't my go-to. I had friends that was their go-to, but but it's basically like when you see it, it looks like a Butterfinger without the chocolate with coconut.
It's weird, yeah. Javier Diaz had those yellow chiclets. I never got those. Fruit Tootsie Rolls again, Lucky Strike gum, and Heath chocolate.
Tootsie Rolls taking a hit here.
Yeah, yep. Especially the fruities, the little fruity ones. I remember my teachers had those like in their classrooms. The fruities. And yes, Zach, I am saying I like fruities. Do with that as you will.
Here we go.
I posted that in the Fig Cave, but I also posted it in T4L, which our friend Daryl, not Daryl, our friend Dougie's group. All three of the posts said it's candy corn and marshmallow pumpkins.
Marshmallow pumpkins.
Agreed, sirs. Candy corn is the absolute worst. But let's get to our top 5.
All right.
Worst treats or candy you can get on Halloween. What do you got for number 5?
Almond Joy.
Yes, I have the same thing. Almond Joy, and I'm gonna put Mounds in that same.
Yeah, because they're basically
They're
Almond
the same
Joys
thing.
have nuts, Mounds don't. But they
Exactly.
both suck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both terrible. Terrible. What do you have for number 4?
Bazooka.
I honestly have any kind of gum for number 4. Like
It's basically, it's like chewing on a Lego brick when you first put it in your mouth.
Right.
And it has a lame joke on the wrapper to make you feel better.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that's a downer when you get that in the bag.
Number 3 for me, I'm going to agree with candy corn.
All right.
I hate candy corn.
Man.
And Peeps. They both suck.
Oh, jeez. So, I mean, we're at least we're spared on this holiday from really getting Peeps, but yeah,
Yep.
Peeps are.
Yep.
I'm glad California. That's going to be one of the banned candies that will be banned in California.
Are they really?
I don't know if you guys have heard it. Yeah, California. I want to say in 26. Anything with red 40. And a particular chemical and some other particular chemicals won't be sold in California. Which Peeps, like when I found out Peeps is one of the things that has that chemical, I was like, yes.
Wow.
Of course, everybody's going crazy that Skittle, here it's the Skittles that made everybody panic now. What? No Skittles?
I love Skittles.
Just take the red. I'm like, we're gonna have all this stuff. They're just gonna they're gonna color it with something else than red 40. That's all that's gonna happen.
Right. Spray paint. What do you got for number 2? You gave me your number 3. What do you got for number 2?
I think I'm on number 3.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. Black licorice or black licorice flavored like jelly beans or licorice.
I don't know if I've gotten anything black licorice in my Halloween bag. I don't know.
I've had crazy.
But yeah, it is terrible. It is terrible. Number 3, I had candy corn. So what do you got for number 2?
Number 2, that butterscotch hard candy.
Yes. These are all like old people things. Like I don't feel like any of us young folks. Yes, I'm finally looping you in as a young person, but because I mean like elderly people give this shit out. It's like people our age, like we go to Costco or Walmart and grab the biggest bag with the best stuff in it that we can find,
right?
And hand that shit out. Like I don't. The old people do this, but
yeah.
However,
you go up to their door and you hear they're jamming to do 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 do, and they're handing you.
They're in the mood.
Taffy and
that's actually where I got the
popcorn balls and butterscotch.
Actually, where I got the idea for this is I was walking through Walmart and I saw popcorn balls for sale, and that's my number 2. I love popcorn. I do not want a popcorn ball. I love popcorn, and I do not want a popcorn ball. I do not want a popcorn ball.
I've never heard that sentence ever said. That hey, I want a popcorn ball. I've never heard that before in my life.
You know what I could go for right now is a popcorn ball. Yeah, nobody has ever said that. But what do you got for number 2?
Let's see. The butterscotch was my number 2. I'm on.
Right. All right, so we're on number 1. What do you got for number 1?
Number 1 is obviously that candy corn. Like I don't know. This is somehow a debate that some weird people like this stuff. I don't get it. Like this is one of the worst candies ever manufactured.
Yep. And there's like Thanksgiving candy corn now. Awful.
Are they shaped like turkeys or?
No, it's just
candy
like
corn.
It's flavored like Thanksgiving stuff.
Oh, great.
Like gravy and cranberry sauce and stuff. We don't need that. My number one is
I
circus
think they're Willy
peanuts.
Wonka. Circus peanuts.
The cardboard candy. I honestly I used to give those out as a last place prize in my trivia games because they're so bad. Like
I just
these-
haven't seen them in years. I guess that's why I didn't put them down. But yeah,
the groceries, like our little local grocery store that's like on small town USA Main Street.
yeah,
It has like their own version of candy, like they're like like the little bags, like you can get gummy worms or whatever.
right.
And they have the circus peanuts, and I'm like, why do people buy these? Why is there still a market for these? It's crazy. But let us know your top 5. It is now time for weekly purchases. You got anything this week, or are you still paying off that laptop for MJ?
So I was able to finally get myself something.
That's right.
So
you sent some pictures. I forgot.
So I did get Spider-Man, which I'll be able to play it probably right around when people are listening to this.
I pre-ordered that.
Yeah.
And I canceled it because I was like, I pre-ordered it for the kid for Christmas.
Right.
And then I was like, I am gonna be able to get this before Christmas. Like I don't think it's gonna sell out or anything.
No. No.
So
I
was like,
digitally pre-ordered, and you know how they have it where it's downloaded, but you can't play it until the timer goes off. So it goes off at midnight tonight. So hey, maybe you might see me on my Twitch.
There you go.
Swinging around.
I think that's a great idea. Do it.
And then as Tommy said that so I have the local Mattel shop where I am, and they've turned over something. Like now they've finally like put some new figures in there, some especially new wrestling figures. And we were even kind of laughing. I was like, yeah, I had to basically wean myself. Like I had to say, okay, so this week buy this, and then next paycheck buy, like, because there's plenty. Like they were a plenty in the store, so I'm not worried. So I started this for now. I went with the Captain.
I finally saw that in store actually the other day.
Yeah,
at Walmart.
So the Captain's looking good. He's got the loud shirt on. I like the T-shirt. Like even the T-shirt with that had the classic Captain Lou T-shirt is also soft good.
For those of you not watching on Twitch, it's the Super Captain Lou Albano Superstar.
Captain Lou Superstar. And then you can see behind him the gold record is behind him, and when he goes to the Superstar shelf, he'll have all that.
I can't wait for that Elite to come out.
That's gonna be great. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
I had to take my old man to a doctor's appointment last Friday. I dropped him off and ran up the street to the closest Target, and I was actually able to find this bad Larry.
There he is.
Classic steel cage ring. So I'm going to throw that up in my Detolf.
Right.
And then you'll see behind me, so we've talked about it on the show before, that Bullseye Deals on eBay.
That's right.
It's Target. It's basically Target's like sale, like all the shit they're trying to get rid of, clearance. If you're looking for something MOC, do not buy it from that website. But this was $11.99. But like you can see the box is beat to shit.
Yeah.
And I saw it on there and I was like, you know what? I need an X-Pac in my collection. I do have a minty one for him to sign someday, but I needed this beat up $11.99 free shipping. Like you cannot beat that for a Lucy. Essentially. So I wish they had Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and Triple H on there so I could build DX.
Right.
But that's what happens when you sell all your shit and then you have to rebuy it all. So
you have to rebuy it all.
No, I'm not rebuying everything.
No, you won't.
What did I saw something yesterday and I passed on. I can't remember what it was, but I do need you, as we talked about, to get this Mattel store, folks, has the Walmart exclusive Ruthless Aggression Ultimates that nobody can find. There are Rob Van Dam and Brock Lesnar. So I need DJ to get me that RVD. So
LA folks, head on over.
But let DJ get there first so that I get one. But yeah, and that was it for me. I did get some stuff in the mail that I had talked about, and I have some stuff in the mail. And I got my Ultimate Edition cane that I talked about from Kayfabe Toys. I think that's my toy room's a mess. I got those shelves from IKEA, so I am kind of redoing the office here. So I'm gonna try to get a video up shortly once everything is done. But yeah, it's all coming together. So time for what you're watching. Mine has not changed. It's just even with the kid, with the wife being away, I haven't had time to watch much other than my MLB playoffs, NHL, and NFL. I did laugh. I came home. So Logan's little paradise is 12. He had baseball practice Tuesday night, and I had trivia a little bit later than the baseball practice. So he came home and he was by himself for a little bit. I come upstairs. He's like in my bed watching TV because that's, I guess, where he feels safe or whatever. But I come upstairs and he's watching the MLB playoffs, but we don't get TBS. So he's watching the NL, and I'm like, how's he watching this? It's in Spanish on MLB Network. And he's watching it in Spanish. I was like, all right, the kid wants to watch. So, but yeah.
I bet when they score runs, it's more exciting than it is on the
other than that, man, I have not. I want to jump into that Beckham documentary on
Netflix.
Yep. There's a few others that like I want to jump into, and I just have not been able to yet. So, I will soon. But
yep. Let's see. So yeah, NFL, of course. Baseball, I've fallen for rooting for the Rangers because it seems like they are that's where most of the Dodgers went. That the Dodgers couldn't, all the Dodgers that the LA couldn't afford pretty much went to the Rangers. And they're going against Houston, so that's
fuck Houston
for me. Yeah,
that's all it takes for me.
Gen V. There's this other movie on Prime that I enjoyed. It was called Burial with Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. That one was pretty good. And I saw the Haunting Mystery movie where the guy from the that solves all the mysteries with that cool mustache.
Yep.
He solves this haunted mystery, and so we went and saw. Athena and I went to the movies and saw that. And
nice.
Yeah, and that's what I was watching.
Nice. All right, guys, time to head on out of here. We got to do our rundown of our shout outs first. We got the Fig Cave podcast, obviously Nick and Phil Gentile, Nick Thompson and Phil Gentile, not Nick and Phil Thompson or Nick and Phil Gentile. They're not together like that. But the Fig Cave podcast, our good pals over there. Kenny over at the Call Up podcast, Gorilla Brain podcast, Pro Wrestling podcast, of course, Wrestling Collector Shop. I'm a JJ Toys, JJ Figures. I'm sorry. SeatGeek and Barrios. And we were talking about signings earlier. Oh, one thing I did forget. Pro Wrestling Tees has for a limited time 2-week pre-order. It ends on November 1st. Dusty Rhodes in this American Dream, Son of a Plumber t-shirt, Micro Brawler. They've also got some Dusty Rhodes shirts up there now as well. So they must have just signed his estate. And a Macho Man Randy Savage and other Brawler buddies now in pink. $29.99, and those order on the 20th, which is tomorrow. So grab those. Sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/the-run-in-podcast. I'm sorry, it's patreon.com/run-in-pod. I promise you will not be disappointed if you sign up. Off for more sports this weekend. Cannot wait. Actually, it looks like it's going to rain all day on Saturday, so we might be out on baseball, but definitely have hockey on Saturday. So that's my life.
Weather.
Yeah. Yep. Hockey never gets canceled, even when it's snowing bad. We still got to go. But yeah. So enjoy your weekend, guys. DJ, what do you got going on this weekend?
I think I'm just gonna
chill.
Nothing. I'm just gonna chill, man.
You gonna go see the Taylor Swift movie?
I will not.
I want to. I was saying I cannot wait for my wife to get back so I can go see it.
Mhm.
Because if I went by myself, I would look like a fucking creep.
You would. As well just walk in there with a big old trench coat and just
Yeah.
go with the whole look.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. It's been episode 152 of the Run In Podcast. My name is Tommy Paradise.
It's your boy DJ here in Tommy's Inglewood.
Come back next week, please, and stop being dumb. Just stop being dumb.